morning, Athens. Doing things a little different today. We are taping and streaming live at about 10:15 in the morning. So it's the weekly update with the mayor. And unfortunately, it's minus Kyle Johansson. Since we did have to pivot to an earlier time, Kyle could not make it, not his fault. He will be joining me again in 2 weeks because we will not be having a weekly update next week. But we will go back to our regularly scheduled time frame, although so often I don't know how, we are regular, but we do bounce around a little bit. And since Kyle is not here, I will go ahead and at least talk through what we have in store for us looking forward for the next 7 days in the city of Athens. Today we're looking at about 73 degrees, which will be pleasant, with cloudy skies, a low of 48 degrees. Going into Friday, which I should mention, this is homecoming weekend, so it's looking like things will be fairly decent for this coming weekend. But Friday, high of 59, or sorry, high of 59 and a low of 38 into Saturday, which is homecoming, the homecoming parade, which will be going up West Union, down to President Street, over to Court, and then down to Court to Washington, Washington to College, and College to the College Green. So on Saturday, the high is going to be 59, a low of 34. Sunday, a high of 62 and a low of 36. Boy, we're getting into those 30s. Monday, the high will be 66 degrees with a low of 44. And Tuesday, 69, 44. Wednesday will be 71 and a low of 52. So it's full on fall. Speaking of fall, I hope I don't throw you a curveball, Ryan. Leaf pickup. Let's talk real quick about leaf pickup since it is fall. And there you see the map. Once again, I've talked about this several times, but the leafer truck will be running the streets on the 10th of October. So keep that in mind. Area 1 will go first over the course of the week, and then we'll jump to Area 2, and then Area 3, and then again, reminding everybody the final sweep will be on December 12th through the 16th. But before that date, there will be 3 rounds through each of those zones. So our guys are out there just reminding you, rake your leaves to the curb. They will use the vac truck or the leafer and suck it all up and haul it away and make wonderful mulch for people. We think we typically store that down at West State Street ball fields in a rather large pile. And the community garden certainly uses some of those leaves, as can, I think, anybody else who's interested in using them because they are city leaves. So there's the schedule. Keep that in mind because it is a great service, I believe, to our community to have your leaves picked up. We just got a report which is really, really interesting. I want to share, I'm going to paraphrase off of some of this report, but Sarah Conley-Ballou, Rural Action, and members of the Environment and Sustainability Commission for the City of Athens, are really encouraged by this report that came to us by Power Clean Future Ohio. In partnering with the city, we've had a long-standing relationship with PCFO to where we've entered into several interesting programs, and one of them was this greenhouse gas inventory. And in it, the city, it is estimated that the net total carbon output for the city of Athens, that we are one of the lowest producers of greenhouse gases in the state of Ohio and in the United States. The city of Athens output is about 5.3 metric tons per capita, outperforms the national and state average. The national average is 19.9, and the state average is 21.2 metric tons, respectively. With this information provided in the report, we have found, now it can be found on the city's website. This is really great information to look at. The city will continue to identify ways in which we can further reduce the amount of our greenhouse gas and emit and or ways in which we can offset the emissions through programs and projects. And one of those would be the future 2.3 megawatt solar array down at the community center, which will be feeding alternative energy into the wastewater treatment plant, the community center during the summer months, to the swimming pool, and to our water and sewer lab, a small facility that sits down there right off of East Park Drive. So, you know, that will continue to keep us on our pathway to reducing our carbon emissions by 50%, which, since we already have pretty low carbon emissions, that will really drive down the metric tons that we emit on a annual basis. So it'll, again, keep us on our path to reduce our carbon emissions. The other thing that we're doing in the city, just as an update, is we will be converting our car and truck fleet for light trucks over to EVs as well through a program that we have entered into with Enterprise, with leasing our fleet, which will also keep us up to date with the most recent advancements in vehicle emissions reductions, or EVs, which emit zero carbon emissions, at least for the car itself. So just wanted to get that out there to where people know. And again, you can go to the city's website. Joe Floretta of the Power Clean Future Ohio made a comment, and Athens continues to be a statewide leader in addressing climate change and building a clean energy economy that serves everyone. We are proud to continue to work with the city of Athens, and this tool is another example of how the city's partnership with Power Clean Future Ohio can be a catalyst for progress and encouraging smart investments of the taxpayer dollars. So, Joe, I couldn't agree with you more. Moving on, some things going on around the city. The slip repair project, this is the Armitage Road to University Estates Boulevard bike path spur. The contractor has begun work up there, and they will continue to chug along. They're expected to wrap that project up by December of this year. So the repair is ongoing to armor the bike path spur as it goes from Armitage Road uphill to UE. If you have any questions about that project or any other project going on in the city as it pertains to engineering and public works, reach out to them. You can call them at 593-7636. Again, 593-7636. And voice your concerns or questions or hopefully constructive comments. Athens Municipal Arts Commission is seeking applications for new commissioners. I know that they are down a couple commissioners, so if you're interested in being part of AMAC or the Athens Municipal Arts Commission, please reach out to them. You can reach out to Chelsea Moran, who is the chair. You can reach her at amac@ci.athens.oh.us. Again, AMC or AMAC at ci.athens.oh.us. I believe they have 3 vacancies, 2 and possibly 3 vacancies, and looking for people who want to help advance the arts, all forms of arts here in the city of Athens. Public service announcement that I received, this is coming from the auditor's office, that there have been a number of unclaimed funds in the city, and she would like to return them to their rightful owners, which I completely understand. Apparently there's a complete list of all the names that are posted at the first floor of the city building, likely down by the elevator. The city auditor's office is making an attempt to notify everyone who is owed $50 or more by means of mail. This has been challenging to where there's, I believe, 20 citizens that have not responded or contacted the auditor's office to recoup the money that is owed to them. You can always call the auditor's office at 592-3336. extension 4 to find out more about that. But again, the list of names, Scott, has that been put on the website as well? It has not, but it is posted. There is a post on the first floor of the city building down by the elevators as you come into the building. Some things going on around the city pertaining to Halloween. It's good to kind of bring these up. I know I mentioned it at the last press conference, but good to bring it up again. And that is that the annual Halloween block party will be held Saturday, October 29th on Court Street between 1 and 10 p.m. I've got a list, like I said, of several activities from 1 to 5 p.m. The City and Children activities on Court Street will begin between Union Street and Washington Street, organized by Arts, Parks, and Recreation, featuring Rock and Reggie. There's going to be face painting, scavenger hunt, and special programming at the stage. I believe that they are even doing a costume contest, but don't know that for sure. At 1:30 to 2 p.m., there is the kids' costume catwalk across the stage, which should be rather interesting, letting kids kind of show off their costumes. That stage is going to be at the intersection of Court and Union Street. You won't be able to miss it. So go down to the stage that time frame and let your kids walk across the stage and do a twirl or whatever and show off their costumes. From 2 to 3 p.m., they are doing the Hocus Pocus Drag Queens. This is readings and musical performances on Court Street. From 2:30 to 4:30, there is the Uptown Business Association, the Athens Uptown Business Association, doing their trick-or-treating. Again, this is door-to-door trick-or-treating with all the businesses lining Court Street. That is put on, like I said, by Ayuba. So 2:30 to 4:30, 3 to 4 is going to be the guest drag queen face painting, and there will be a face painting table set up on Court Street. So let the kiddos get their faces all gussied up. From 5 to 6 p.m., that will be the Honey for the Heart Parade on Court Street. Gather at Central Venue, which is on Carpenter Street. There you can go in and pick out any kind of costume that you want to put on. They have tons of stuff. So go put something on and join the parade. The parade will, again, go from Central Venue. I believe it's Fern Alley where they marshal up, and then they go all the way up to the stage at Court and Union, and then turn back on itself and head back to Fern Alley, and everyone will defrock, get out of their costumes at that point in time. Then 6 to 10 p.m. is the musical performances that will be on the stage. It'll be featuring DJ B-Funk. Dysfunctional Family Band is going to be playing, and several other performances and artists that will be performing within that 6-hour time frame, after which the stage will be shut down at 10. Court Street will slowly be reopened, and it's going to be one of those evenings for those who are the revelers that are going to be attending and listening to the music. You know, they don't necessarily have to go home, but they can't stay on Court Street. So keep that in mind. The other thing is the Athens City Neighborhood Trick-or-Treating. It will be on Halloween. It'll be October 31st between 5:30 and 7:30 p.m. If you do not want to partake in handing out of candies, then we encourage you to not have your porch light on. If you are participating, please turn on your porch light. That way the littles know that you are giving out candy. So keep that in mind, and that's citywide, by the way. Other things, I've already spoken about the leaf pickup, boards and commission meetings. The Athens Planning Commission is going to be meeting here at noon in council chambers. On October, also the 6th, tonight, and I know that the government channel is going to be there, as they always are, for another candidate forum. This is the Athens County Commissioners Forum. That'll be at 7 p.m. at the Community Center. City Council will be here in Chambers on October 10th, which is Monday evening at 7 p.m. Then the Athens Board of Zoning Appeals will be meeting on, I kind of got ahead of myself, that's on October 7th, so that's coming up this Friday. Is that correct? Okay, so that is next week, so maybe that's a typo, but it'll be at 7 p.m. here in Council Chambers next week. And then we have the Shade Tree Commission, which will be meeting as well at 7 p.m. and that'll be next week, that'll be Thursday. There you have it. So great. I always like reminding people that we have multiple ways of getting timely information. Nixle is a great resource, to sign up. You just simply text our area code. There you go. You see it right there at the very bottom. Sign up using the city's area code to 888-777. And you can also, customize it to where you get the types of information that you want, whether it's weather emergency or it's Amber Alerts or other things going on in the city. So you can tailor it somewhat, but you keep that in mind. The other reminder is the Athens, Ohio City Source app that you can find at Google Play. Or, I forgot it's on the other side. Thank you, Ryan. You can find it at Google Play or at the Apple App Store, and easy to download. I've got this. You can go around and report, be an active participant in the community and report out possible signals that are malfunctioning, or a street light that is out, or potholes, or water that's coming up out of the ground in an area that should not be coming up out of the ground, or crime alerts, anything along those lines. You can be an active participant in getting that information to the departments that need to address it ASAP. So keep the Athens, Ohio City Source app and Nixle in mind. Use them. The last thing that I've got for today's update is a proclamation. This Friday is the Athens Area Stand Down Day, for our military veterans, as well as people who are challenged and potentially homeless here in the city of Athens. It's a great event where there is all kinds of agencies that show up. There is all kinds of items that are free for the taking for people who may need. This is everything from toiletries to sleeping bags to coats to shoes to you name it. They have them down there at the fairground. So the proclamation, let me read this. Proclamation. Whereas Athens area community members, social service agencies, and community organizations will hold the Athens area stand down for people who are homeless or at risk of homelessness, with special emphasis on our veterans. And whereas stand down is a term used in times of war in which exhausted combat units come off the battlefield and rest and recover in a place of safety. And whereas today, community-based stand-downs refer to programs that provide and assist homeless and near homeless individuals transition to community living by providing access to social service agencies, including benefits counseling, employment resources, behavioral health resources, medical screenings, legal assistance, and other resources. And whereas homelessness affects people in the Athens area in additional ways beyond our veteran population, and we want to reach out to help all of those in need who we are capable of assisting. And whereas stand downs have been used as an effective tool in reaching out to people who are homeless, both veterans and non-veterans, by connecting them with resources they need to address their problems and rebuild their lives. And now, therefore, I, Steve Patterson, the mayor of the great city of Athens, Ohio, do hereby proclaim October 7th of 2022 as Athens Area Stand Down Day, and urge all citizens of Athens, Ohio, to recognize the positive impacts that this event, to assist the homeless and veterans, and to express gratitude for those who have served and continue to serve. So again, that'll be down at the community center, or not the community center, that'll be down at the county fairgrounds this Friday. I don't exactly know what time in the morning they start, but I know they start early, and they will even be providing boxed lunches for individuals. So that pretty much wraps things up. I am looking here, and I like this big effort that the university is going through, which is basically make respect visible. I know that Councilmember Micah McCary showed these, brought these in during the council meeting, but again, making respect visible, because we really need to do our utmost best to maintain a level of civility when we're engaging with each other. And that has become one of the really big missions for the National League of Cities, which I will be attending in mid-November, November 16th through the 19th in Kansas City, Missouri. I was just on a meeting, and that was basically the bulk of the meeting was talking about civility efforts nationwide and how we have constructive civil discourse. Civil discourse is a good thing, but uncivil discourse, which we see all too frequently, is not a great thing. So keep that in mind. Please do your best to civilly engage with one another, especially when there's contentious issues that might be floating out there. That's all I've got for today. Again, there will not be a weekly update next week, but we will resume the week after, I believe at the same time as usual, 2 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. And enjoy the homecoming. Again, coming at us this weekend, which will be great. We'll see a large number of people coming into the city. Let's put our best face on and welcome back the alum when they come back to hopefully not relive their college years, but are here to support the university and our community. Take care and join me in